Welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's right, Movie the Podcast. It is week three of Lunar New Year, and we got to watch John Woo and Chow Yun Fat's Hard Boiled, a movie that
and Tony Leung,
a movie that is turns out is kind of lost in time and space.
What do you mean?
Like you can't. So here's the deal. I have the movie on DVD. I started watching it on the Plex, but I couldn't get the subtitles to work out. It was all janky. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just buy it on Prime real quick because I feel lazy. It's not available on Prime. I'm like, oh, all right, fine. I found my DVD, popped that in, good to go. And then afterwards, I got on Amazon. I was like, well, can I get the Blu-ray of this? The Blu-ray is incredibly hard to find, and my collector's edition 2-disc DVD is reselling for like $60.
Oh wow! I have the Blu-ray.
I must be out of print or something.
I got it at that DVD Blu-ray store that Sean and I used to go to all the time.
Movie stop.
Yeah, it's like, and it's a weird production company. It's like Dragon's Dynasty or something.
Dragon's Dynasty, yeah.
It's a fucking Miramax thing.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, because they used to chop all the movies up.
But I think this is a regular I think it's, I don't know if I've ever watched it, honestly, on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, the version on the Plex was, the subtitles were, like, off by, like, a minute.
Yeah, you had to change, the ones that were attached with the file were bad, but if you did it like any other, like, if you just pulled if you went on if you went on the settings and picked the subtitles, they were fine.
I watched the English dub.
Too much work.
It's literally one button.
The dub wasn't bad, actually.
A button that I shouldn't have to push.
Damn.
Should have been in English to begin with.
No. No.
What's funny is all the headlines in the movie were in English.
Well, it's Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I figured the headlines would still be in Cantonese or whatever. But what do I know? Clearly nothing. But
not
it's a fun
Cantonese, I guess.
Yeah,
but
certainly not Cantonese.
So so we watched Hard Boiled. That's our feature presentation. But what did you all watch this week? Alec.
I watched one movie. It's a new movie. It's Channing Tatum's new movie.
Oh, the dog movie?
Yeah.
Oh God, how was that?
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum's. It's called Dog.
I think it's yeah.
Channing Tatum's charming enough to carry a movie with him and a dog, and it's perfectly fine. It wasn't bad.
Perfectly cromulent.
He is an ex-military dude who's trying to get clearance to go work for Blackwater. I think that's the name of the company.
That's the name of the real company. Did they actually use that in the movie?
No, they just said contractor, but that's who it was supposed to be. He's trying to get his medical clearance after taking a grenade to the face or something.
Oof.
Jesus.
So he has PTSD, so he's trying to get his medical clearance so he can do that. And he ends up taking it. He got the medical clearance. He also needed a letter from his CO. So he finally gets in touch with the CO. The CO says, "Look, bro, if you want this letter, you got to take this dog across the country." It was a dog that he had worked with in Afghanistan, I'm assuming. The dog's handler died. So he had to take the dog to the guy's funeral and then take it to be put down.
Oh God!
Because that's what they do. That's what they do to military dogs with PTSD that they can't rehab.
Oh.
So him and the dog go cross country, and then, well, I guess not cross country. Well, cross country east west. What would north south be? They're going from.
You're still going across the country. You're just going.
You're not going across. You're going down.
Well, I mean, they're going up country then.
They're going from Washington to. Is Nogales? Is that Texas?
Nogales, Texas? Yeah, they're going.
Nogales is in Mexico.
It's on the. They had to go on the American side, like
Yeah.
one of those towns, one of those southern towns right on the border. I can't remember the name of it.
Going on an interstate road trip.
Yep, and the dog is crazy and has to be muzzled the whole time. And Channing Tatum gets panic attacks because of PTSD.
He
The
has
dog.
been muzzled the whole time.
There's a fun little bit where Kevin Nash shows up for a little bit, and it's fun.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And Ethan Suplee shows up for a little bit, and that's also fun. Not that part's actually not fun, but Ethan Supplee's a good actor.
Yeah, and now he's like jacked, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a monster of a man now because he was always huge, and now he decided to get in shape, and he just he would be terrifying to encounter.
He'll always be the guy that couldn't see the sailboat to me. That's
He'll always be the guy singing the fucking racist.
Oh, yeah.
In the Republic.
That's right.
Yeah.
The white man marches on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been all over the place.
I forgot about that. I forgot completely about American History X. Jesus.
Was this movie like it sounds pretty dark? Like, was it? How did it?
It's got some dark. It's got some dark points, but it's also got some. It's also lighthearted too.
Okay.
But no, it wasn't bad. We went. So it's in the theaters now.
He went to the theater. He went to the. He went
I think I remember seeing it.
He went to the cinema.
I think I remember seeing the preview for that when we saw No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish the East Point Cinema where they have that stage area in the back, and MCW was putting on an event back there while I was watching the movie.
No shit. That's awesome.
Lance Archer was there.
No shit. That's awesome.
I don't know what made me just think of this, Alec, but is Channing Tatum in this movie? Do you remember that movie Stop Loss being this huge production? It was an MTV film, and people talked about it a lot, and it was a nothing movie.
Yeah, it came out and did nothing. I think Justin Timberlake was in it, wasn't he?
I don't remember that movie.
I remember what you're talking about, Sean, because it was the whole thing about how they were troops were basically done with their tours, and they were still getting. They were whatever you call it.
They were redeployed. They were getting the Rey Mysterio contract extension.
Yeah.
Ryan Phillippe.
Ryan Phillippe, that was who was in that
Joseph
movie.
Gordon-Levitt and Channing Tatum.
Okay. Channing Tatum was in that movie.
Timothy Elephant.
Hell yeah.
That's all. That's the only movie I watched.
Did you finish Peacemaker?
I did. I thought the finale was pretty good. I thought the episode before was better. I would say the finale, I think, is probably the weakest episode of this season, but it still was good.
It was
good.
I
think I meant the penultimate episode. Is that the one and I couldn't stop laughing where she asks what Merle's real name is, and he says this shit is getting goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love the whole series, the whole season. But I would say the last episode, compared to the other ones, is probably the weakest.
Yeah,
and I think that's the case for a lot of shows, especially in their first season, because they're just trying to kind of set up for the future.
Yeah.
And it's not really a sense, and season 2 has been announced already, so it's not like
I think
it kind of sticks with you.
I think a show like that would the finale would only be good. Well, would be better if that was it. You know what I mean? But they can't. Yeah. They can't tie everything up because there's season 2.
Yeah.
Right. But I still really liked it. And there's a gag at the very end of the episode that's fucking hilarious that I fucking love to death, which I won't spoil, but I thought it was great. Alec knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When certain characters show up that I wouldn't think you would expect to show up on HBO, it's pretty rad.
It is pretty funny.
But anyway, anything else, Alec?
No, that's it. TJ.
Oh, shit. I watched 3 fucking things, bro.
Oh, my God.
3 things. Oh, my God.
We're going to be here all night.
All fucking night,
because I actually watch movies, too.
Crack open a cold one. We're going to be here for a minute.
I didn't watch anything, if that helps.
What do you want to hear first? The terrible thing or the 2 good things? 2 very good things.
Terrible.
Tiebreaker, Alec.
Terrible.
All right. I watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just called... It's just called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's fucking awful.
That would be the third film with that title?
Well, see, technically, this isn't... the original has the... And they took the out. So there's two movies called The Texas
Chainsaw Massacres.
So this movie is so fucking pointless and boring and just like... it follows the formula of the recent Halloween movie, like 2018 Halloween, where it's a direct sequel to the first one. And that kind of works with Michael Myers because, like, one, the time isn't as long, and two, like, I don't know, Michael Myers kind of works because he's always kind of supernatural. Like, at least elements of him is always kind of supernatural and how he can survive. Whereas, like, Leatherface would be, like, almost, conservatively, Leatherface would be about 85 years old right now.
Wait, this is the same Leatherface from the 60s?
Yes.
Presumably, yeah.
Well, from the original Texas Chainsaw came out in 1976.
Okay, 1976. So let's say he was a 30-year-old man then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He'd be 70-something.
He's old as fuck. And the other thing is, like the thing that, I don't know, we've talked about this before, like, with different horror movies, but, like, I don't think people understand, or whoever wrote this movie doesn't understand that, like, Leatherface is, like, he's a great character, and, like, Texas Chainsaw is a great character, but, like, he's not, like, they're just, like, a family of hillbillies. Like, they're not, like, these, like, unstoppable killing machines. Like,
I don't know. I did see him get hit with that plane strut that one time.
Well, yeah, but that was in one of the most bonkers-ass movies ever, but I don't know, this movie, like, he's taking, like, Leatherface, again, who is a fucking old-ass man, most likely an octogenarian, he's taking, like, shotgun blasts to the chest, and he's basically no-selling it.
Bill Bratsky.
He's doing fucking, like, chainsaw tricks in this movie, where, like, he's, like, flinging the chainsaw around.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Like he's in a fucking, like, Street
You're
Fighter
not selling this.
Yeah, you're doing the Gogs thing where everything you say sounds awesome.
The plot of the movie is basically these YouTube
Boo.
what do you call them? Influencers have moved into this, like, sleepy Texas town, like ghost town, and they're going to gentrify it, and then they evict Leatherface's mom, and she dies as they evict her, and then Leatherface kills everybody, and that's the movie.
Wait, I'm assuming a sleepy Texas town is already gentrified.
No. This is like some ghost town in the middle of nowhere. Like, literally,
so Leatherface is the good guy?
Literally a ghost town. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, so, like, Leatherface kills landlords. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, it's a weird mess of a movie. And, like, I don't know. Like, it's like every kind of modern horror movie now where it doesn't have a plot, but it's just, like, super violent. And, like, the violence is done okay. There's one scene where Leatherface kills, like, 400 people on a bus, which, like, looks cool, but, like...
It's a giant bus.
Logically, it's, like, incredibly stupid. And, like, I don't know. The movie's just, like, you don't care about any characters. You don't care about Leatherface. Like, Leatherface's mask is, like, really boring in this and looks bad.
Do they have the dinner party Leatherface makeup?
No.
So
what happens is, so again, his mother, I assume it's his mother, she gets taken out of her house, and she, like, dies as they, like, take her away. Then Leatherface is with her, and, like, they there's, like, a drop line where she's basically been keeping, like, Leatherface in check, and then she dies, and then Leatherface goes berserk. Leatherface,
wait a minute, hang on, pause. Is Leatherface given a tragic backstory? Is this like a Rob Zombie Halloween type thing?
Well, I mean, not really, because they don't really... I mean, his backstory is for the first... They don't really get into anything, really. Like, it's all, like, he doesn't have any dialogue or anything, or they don't really talk about him. They just kind of... They hint at he's the Leatherface from the first movie.
So this is canonically in the same...
Yes.
This is the first... Wow. Okay.
So anyway, his
with the first movie or the first movie remake?
No, the first movie, the original Tobe Hooper Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wow. So his mother dies, and then he cuts her face off, and then that's the mask he wears, which is kind of like a goofy idea. And, like, it works for, like, one scene, but then every time you see him in the rest of the movie, like, it's all stitched together, and, like I don't know this for a fact, but, like, I think if you just put on, like, a face, like, on your face, like, it would fall off or dry up or do something, like Leatherface is, like, it was leather because he was treating it, like, it was, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like a baseball glove.
it's just very dumb. It was just stupid and not needed, and I hated it. And again, like, having a old man Leatherface just doesn't work. Oh, I forgot to mention too that the survivor of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I can't remember her name. She comes back in this one again as like an 80-year-old woman who's like a sheriff now, and she's like, "I'm gonna kill him," and it's like, oh god, it's so dumb.
Evil dies tonight.
I mean, more or less.
Dies tonight.
So yeah, it's garbage. Don't watch it. It's funny because this movie has been like finished and it's been in distribution hell for like 2 years, and I can see why. And Netflix is like,
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, Netflix is like, we'll take it. We'll take any crap.
I might have to watch it if it's on the old Netflix.
No, it's on.
Isn't there a scene where a guy's like videoing with his phone, and he's like, "Dude, you're so cringe."
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yes. Oh, that's in the bus scene, which is like ridiculous, right? Because you have Leatherface, who's like, you know, he's this 6-foot fucking monster with like a leather face and like blood all over him, and all these people, their first reaction to it. And again, this isn't like, you know, you can write this off if it's like Halloween or like they're like, you know what I mean? There's something. I mean, in other horror movies, they've kind of done this scene where it's like the people in the bus are expecting something spooky, so they see it and they're like, "Oh, nice costume, dickhead," or whatever. But this is like, these people are just there for like to buy real estate, and this monster shows up with blood all over them, and all they do is take out their phones. And it's like, what? Who would react to this like that? Also, like, they can't, like, as he's literally slaughtering the entire bus, like, nobody thinks to try to, like, run past him as he's killing people. They all just sit there and try to open windows that don't open and just let him systematically just slaughter every person on the bus.
Like, if there's a full bus of people, like, they can overpower him.
Well, yeah, that as well. It's fucking dumb. It's real dumb.
There's a very good chance I'm going to watch this. It's got an incredibly good chance I'm going to watch this.
Yeah, well, enjoy. It's real bad. All right, so now on to the good things that I watched. I watched Assassination Nation.
Hell yeah.
I fucking love this movie. Sean mentioned this movie a while back.
I think it was on my best of, that whatever that year was.
Yeah, I would definitely put it up there myself. This was written and directed by, I believe his name is Simon Levinston. I think his name is Simon. I don't know. He's the writer-director for Euphoria, which I've been loving. And this is his, like, I believe, debut feature film. His father is
Barry Levinson.
Yeah, Baltimore icon Barry Levinson, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, Assassination Nation is great. It feels like, in a weird way to me, it felt like an indie comic book. Like a lot of the themes and stuff and how
like a Paper Girls kind of thing.
A little bit more like kind of like, I don't know, edgier, like more like kind of stuff that like something like a Rick Remender would write or something like that. Like, I don't know. I really enjoyed it though. I thought that it was shot really well. I thought that I really liked the characters in the movie, and like I enjoyed the fact that it kind of starts out kind of grounded and it's not all that out there. And then by the time the movie ends, it's like one of those like just smacks you in the face where it's like it ends so much differently than it begins, and it's so out of left field, and like the ending is great, and I fucking loved it. I
even what's his name is good in it. I normally find him fucking obnoxious.
Who's that?
The guy that plays the Lolita dad. I'm trying not to like spoil anything. What's his face? Joel McHale.
Yeah. Was it? He was in Becky too, right? We liked him in that.
Yeah,
he was good in that too. But yeah, Assassination Nation is fantastic. I really, really loved it. And Sean, I think that you, after watching this, because like in a lot of ways, like this feels like a rough draft for a lot of the ideas that he would pursue in Euphoria.
Like when you mentioned Euphoria has like a trans character that they don't lampshade a whole lot, like I was like, oh, that feels like a dry run for that.
It definitely, like, there's a lot of little things in this movie that feel like it feels like him kind of stretching some ideas out in Euphoria later on, but it's really good. Like I thought Assassination Nation was great. I thought it was. I liked. Like it's definitely like satirical and over the top, but it hits a nerve, and I think it's pretty interesting, like the stuff that they bring up. But I loved it. I thought it was great. Fantastic movie. And then the other fantastic movie I watched was Licorice Pizza, the new P.T. Anderson movie. It's fantastic. It's, you know, I love P.T. Anderson. He's one of my favorite filmmakers. And like, I think that his last movie was so like dour and dark and about like an awful toxic relationship. He had to make something like lighter to like cleanse his palate. And this movie is like very sweet and kind of like nostalgic and more of like, I mean, it's definitely a comedy. There's some scenes in this movie that are just flat out hilarious. I can't remember his name. I think his name is Michael Higgins. He's one of the Christopher Guest guys.
John Michael Higgins. He's in this movie, and his character is very brief, but like he owns this Japanese restaurant in town, and every time you see him, he has a Japanese wife, and he talks to her in like broken Japanese English. He's like, "Oh, what do you think about the restaurant?" And like she talks in Japanese, and he's like nodding. And I don't want to give away all the jokes, but like just that fucking alone was so goddamn funny. He's like, they're like, you know, the main character, his mom, who's played by Charlie Day's wife, the waitress from It's Always Sunny. She's like an ad. She does like she's like an ad executive. So they're writing an ad for his restaurant, and she's going over with the Japanese wife, and she's like, "Can you ask her what she thinks?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely." What do you think about that? I mean, it's so fucking funny. Bradley Cooper has like a little cameo, and he's like really funny in it.
See, one of the Safdie brothers is in it.
Yeah, he is like comes right at the end of the movie. I guess
Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid.
He's great. Like that kid's gonna be a star. Like he's really good. He's a very difficult character. Like I like this movie a lot because like it's an interesting romance with two very difficult characters. Like it's Philip Seymour Hoffman's son's character he's 15 and he's kind of like a grifter. But he's very, like, charming and sweet, and, like, he's trying to find himself in the world. He's also an actor. And then the girl in the movie, who I don't think she's ever acted in anything, her name's Alana Haim, I think is her name. She's in a band.
Haim.
Well, it's like Haim.
Like Haim?
Haim, yeah, that's their name.
Like Corey Haim?
Yeah, well, they're in I've never heard any of their music, but it's like her and her three sisters are in a band. And then this is the first thing she's acted in. The other sisters are in the movie too, but they're very minor parts. But she's much older than he is, and it's kind of like she's also trying to find her place in life. And I don't know, I really enjoyed the movie. It's a very simple story. It's a very like slice of life kind of story. Like it's not like there's any like big stakes in it or anything. But P.T. Anderson shoots it like incredibly well. Like there's some interesting like staging that he does for what like in a regular director's hands would probably be very boring scenes. He's able to just spice them up by just adding like really interesting framing and lighting. He does like a lot of these cool like natural lighting tricks where like there's a scene where they're in this like pinball place and there's like it's an opening night thing. So there's one of those like big spotlights that they have. And he times it right so when like the main character of the discussion, the spotlight hits them, but like it's natural. Like as the spotlight moves, the conversation also dips. It's just like really like it's fucking on another level. But it's a great movie, and it would have made my top 10 last year if I watched it last year. I loved it. I think this is one of those P.T. Anderson. I think this is a movie that's like gonna please everybody. Like it's
more Boogie Nights than it is Phantom Thread kind of thing.
Well, it's not really even Boogie Nights too, because there's no like real darkness in them. I was waiting for the darkness. Like I was waiting for like the fucking sea change that he does a lot in his movies, but like there's really nothing like that. I mean, there's obviously like there's tension, in a kind of will there won't they kind of situation. But again, it's like super low stakes. But I loved it. I thought it was great. Great music, great acting, great writing. All the characters feel like real people, and I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It's a real people pleaser. I've heard a lot of people really love the movie, and I can see why. Like I don't know. It's one of those movies I think everyone can kind of relate to some aspect of what goes on in the movie, and I thought it was really good. So yeah, that's everything I watched. Sean,
which one of the Matrix movies do you want to hear about minus Revolutions? Because I watched all of them.
I want to hear about the new one, please. The new one.
No, we'll talk about that one last.
All right.
No, we'll talk about the first one. The first one's still iconic. Like, I feel like we've talked about the first one.
So you watched all of them?
All of them but Revolutions.
Okay, yeah.
Is that the third one?
That's the third one. That's the one we
that's the one we watched on the show. I haven't, got my boots up to do that one yet. It's funny because I'm talking to a kid from work, and, we're in a generation now where it's like, oh, yeah, we saw that in the theater, but this thing has always existed for them. You know what I mean? They're at that age, which is really weird. But the first Matrix holds up incredibly well for a movie from 1999, and if you think it doesn't, go back and watch The Phantom Menace, which I think came out the same month. The Matrix Reloaded is a movie I thought I didn't like, and I'm pretty sure if you would have asked me, all I would have done, it's hey, what about Matrix 2? And I would have just went vis-a-vis, werewolves, because I just remember it as this is going to be a really weird point of reference for people that aren't exactly our age, but I remember it specifically from this Andy Dick sketch in the MTV Movie Awards.
Wow. It's sad. I remember the sketch. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Or Justin Timberlake was also in the sketch. It's you can do the robot, Neo. He's like, no, what if I fail? Remember when they would just cut people into the scenes?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't Ben Stiller in that sketch too?
I believe he was
host that year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and it's Andy Dick. Hey, Morpheus, what can we expect at the orgy? Machines. But that movie's actually really good. It's a lot of fun. You have to go in there knowing that it's got some really janky special effects. The fucking CGI Neo and Smith are a little bit tough. But once you know that, man, it's I forget who said it, but I was listening to a show and they're talking about how they didn't expect to make a sequel for it. So the whole sequel is just about deconstructing what it means to be the one, to be this electric messiah. And that whole scene with him and the architect, although it is very memeable, the ergo, some answers you will understand and some you will not. It's so good when he goes, we've destroyed Zion 6 times and we have become quite efficient at it. Just this idea that yeah, you're special, but you're only special because you're this broken thing in a system that we still control. No matter what, they're no one is actually free. You're still destined.
It's too bad they didn't do anything with that idea. That's the problem.
No, they sure didn't. But I still think all the scenes with the Oracle stand up. I think there's really good banter in it with where Smith comes and he's like, "You set me free." And he goes, "Well, congratulations." And Smith goes, "Thank you." I know it sounds a very simple, but the performances are all really good.
I remember that highway scene is really cool too.
Yeah. Dude, that thing fucking rules. The werewolves and shit are kind of dumb, but whatever. Going back, I appreciate it more now because oh yeah, it's a computer world. You can do whatever you want, which leads me into my viewing of The Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah, that's
which is without hyperbole, one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. I don't know, I don't know if I can go as far as to say it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen because it's so fucking Flanders nachos. But it's really fucking bad, and I'm really let down because I think I've made it very clear my affection for those girls that make those movies because they're all big ambitious failures for the most part.
Oh yeah, you are our foremost Wachowski apologist on the show.
Yeah, but there is nothing ambitious about this movie, and I think that's what makes it so bad. An hour of it is a fucking meta joke about how she didn't want to make the movie. Okay, cool, then just don't do it.
Right? Yeah.
Has everybody seen this except Alec? Or Alec, did you see it yet?
I have not. I probably won't.
Yes, don't.
Okay.
I was really pumped up for it with the trailers came out, but I probably won't see it now.
Well, you're better off.
The best part of the trailer, of course, is the White Rabbit song, which they ruin in the movie by cutting it to a montage of him just walking around doing people stuff. there's so many like threads that are like brought up and dropped for no reason, like his digital self-image, that it's like, oh, this is how you blah blah blah, and then it's never gone back to.
Right.
And like there's a scene, and I'm sure Gogs and TJ, you'll remember the scene where they're sitting around planning the video game.
Oh.
But they keep, and it's like on a flat loop, like they keep coming back to the same, like,
I
hated that.
Something that pissed me off that I didn't even realize until I watched somebody else review it. When they show the old clips from The Matrix and all that stuff,
it's the video game.
Yeah, they're like, it's the video game. That's the most fucking advanced video game I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I know what video games look like in 1999. I'm also the only person, like, I am the prime audience for this, so don't give me that. And also don't show me clips from a movie you shot on film that looks awesome and this digital fucking nightmare wash that I'm actually watching that's going nowhere. But it's just a bunch of, like, fucking, like, I know they're supposed to be cringy on purpose, but, like, the dialogue that's written for these people, like, what is the Matrix? It's like, oh, it's bullet time. No, it's philosophy. And, like, yeah, we know. We've all seen the fucking essays about what the Matrix means. Like, I get it, Lana. You don't like the people who like the movie. Like, it's fine. Like, just, like, it's so just, like, I would not have expected the movie to be half of it, other people watching the first movie.
Right.
And then, like, the other half of it just being, like, the most, like, fucking lifeless action movie you've ever seen in your life. You go back and watch, like...
Yeah, and the action is really bad. Like, the action
everything's, like,
is so bad.
Yeah, it's really weighty, which is, I guess, something that, like, will tie into the movie we're talking about tonight. But just that scene where Morpheus fights Smith in the bathroom and Morpheus is getting banged off every fixture and everything's breaking and, like, it's just, like... Everything's super thoughtful, and the camera looks good, and the fucking slow motion is appropriate. In the new one, they just have, like, slow motion in transition, which doesn't make any sense. Like, there's, like, the robots had a civil war. It's like, oh, that sounds interesting. So, yeah, we're not going to show that, though.
Like,
The robot civil war would have been so fucking cool.
Like, anything. That's the thing. They could have done literally anything. They could have made it super goofy and just having fucking, like glitching out, and like she could have done literally anything, because it's not like they made the movie for $8 million. Just like when I like watching this and finding out that it's a $200 million, that is the most expensive Matrix movie.
What did they spend it on? It looks like shit.
I don't even Keanu Reeves, like, who's like very kind of like taciturn in the original one, like purposefully, like I get the feeling that he knows this movie isn't good by his performance in the movie, if that makes any sense. Like, the only decent scene in the whole movie is just him and Carrie-Anne Moss sitting at a table, like, fucking before sunset, talking about how she hates her kids.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, did you know that guy, Chad, that's the John Wick guy? That's the John Wick guy.
Yeah, which I'm surprised they didn't go, this is my husband, Chad Stileski, the stunt double for the Matrix video game, because like, everything else is so on the nose.
Yeah.
And then it's like, fucking Neil Patrick Harris is terrible in the movie, like, and I don't think this is his fault, but I just find him being cast in things that are serious distracting. Like, I don't know why, like, I just have a hard time with it.
I thought that the Agent Smith replacement was really bad, too. I like that actor, too. That's the guy from Mindhunter, who's really good. I like
Dr. Manhattan, but he sucks, too, because he's, like, stuck. He's in that fucking Ansel Elgort, or whatever that guy's name is, mode, where he's trying to sort of do an impression of somebody the whole time, and it's like, why are we doing this?
Oh,
but even the movies, like, why are we doing this? Because he's like, finally, at last, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't sure if you would get the call back. Like, I'm Smith and fucking Morpheus for some reason. I don't know. Are we going anywhere with this? Nope. Here's a robot songbird from BioShock. Like, And then the plot of the movie is basically that Neo and Trinity are so horny for each other that they make better batteries.
I mean, I get that.
But hang on.
Carrie and Moss still holding it together.
Hang on. But like the new, instead of using agents, they turn everybody into like a Zerg rush, which wouldn't that kill like a lot more batteries than just the two of them when they're just slamming their faces in the paper? Like, if they're dying in the real world because they're dying in the Matrix, they're dying by the thousands. They would be out of power by the end of the movie just from all the bodies they threw at them.
Yeah, it's a good point. Also, the stupid like force push that Neo does like 800 times in the movie was fucking retarded.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. I'll be in this movie and I'll say this dumb shit, but I'm not like doing anything. And she's like, okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck either.
Yeah.
Just like the fact that they said Warner Brothers and the one character who like she's super hot, but like I don't care. Bugs is like named after Bugs Bunny.
She is super hot, though. I'm not familiar with that actress, but she is like very hot. And she's like she clicks 2 TJ boxes, 3 actually. She's got dyed hair. Oh yeah, she got dyed hair. She's Asian and she's British.
Yeah, also like kind of androgynous.
Oh she's basically she's a Psylocke.
Yes, yes, Alec, yes. Absolutely.
British or South African?
Wait a minute. Does Psylocke when she's
British?
Kanan, does she still have a British accent? Like, is that ever made explicit? Like in the books?
No, she only has the British accent when she's Betsy Braddock.
Okay.
She does not have it when she's Quanon or the third character, whatever the third one is.
When she realizes revenge or whatever.
Yeah, that's comic books are so dumb.
How many Psylocks have there been?
Well,
Psylocke is
Captain Britain's sister.
Yeah,
right.
Betsy.
Yeah, Betsy Braddock.
But she had like a pink outfit and like she was like just a white lady, but then she got psychically switched with some hand assassin ?
Yeah, because her body was dying and the hand assassin's mind was wiped out or something. Basically, it was the Professor X at the end of was it X3?
X3,
yeah.
Her mind took over an empty corpse or empty husk of a person. So you got a British lady in an Asian woman's body.
Oh, like the movie All of Me.
That way Jim Lee could draw hot Asian ladies.
Yeah. She just takes her whole body. But the last thing I'll say about The Matrix, because I could go on for like days about it. For some reason, the decision was made for the movie to take place 60 years in the future for reasons that aren't clearly defined.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I was like,
yeah, and like Niobe's mad at Neo because he literally saved them, and there would be no humans left if. I don't know why she's mad at him, but she's in this like Johnny Knoxville bad grandpa makeup, and it's so fucking It's like worse than the Guy Pearce Prometheus makeup.
Yeah, it looks like that sketch from I don't want to. I think you should leave. That I don't want to be here anymore.
Like, not only does do they not like have a reason to set it 60 years in the future, but then they have to explain why Neo hasn't aged, which they don't do successfully. So they've got Neo, I'm an old woman. Will you come take a walk with me? I don't know if like Lana Wachowski has like an old black woman fetish. Like, it's The Matrix. We gotta have an old black lady for some reason. But this program is a little girl, but she aged up to 25. I don't know why. She just did. Anyway, that's the movie. Hope you like it. And then at the end, like Neil Patrick Harris gets like super misogynist just out of left field. Like, oh, can't you get your bitch under control or whatever? Like, don't say that, Neil Patrick Harris. You're bad at it. Like, this isn't good. And they're like, we're going to make our own Matrix, fucking hookers and blackjack. It's like, isn't that the end of the first movie? The third movie, like, again?
Oh, God.
It's so fucking bad. Like, it's...
I just can't imagine what they spent $200 million. I mean, it looks so bad.
Yeah, it looks really flat. And they do this weird, like, frame skipping thing that's like... I forget, somebody was like, is this a tribute to Uwe Boll movies? Like, it's that weird, like, it looks like a TV movie. I don't know, man. Like, it sucks. Like, I just, it's, like, I hate it as I guess, like, I don't realize until I go back and watch those movies how big of a fan of that, at least first movie that I really am. Like, I'm like, I really do love this movie a lot. And then it's like, oh, yeah. But more so the, like, I even defend like Cloud Atlas, and that's got Hugo Weaving in like Korean face. And I'm like, something. You know what I mean? Like, it's visually interesting.
Yeah.
But then it's like, this is like, it's just lazy. And like, again, like, I know you didn't want to make the movie, But don't make it's like how like if your parents ask you to mow the lawn, you do a bad job on purpose, but everybody in the neighborhood has to spend $15 and watch you do it for 3 hours.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. Like I think she's like done. Like nobody let her. Like they gave her $200 million to make this Matrix movie, and it was just fucking awful. Nobody liked it, and it lost like $100 million. Like I think she's washed. Because they don't make like $2 million movies, you know.
Do you
they
think
make like
that like
Speed Racer.
she took like 150 million of those dollars?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she tanked it on purpose. She's going for that number 1 draft pick.
Brian Flores gets kicked off the set. Like you're doing a shitty job, Brian. Oh man,
she's gonna get the movie. She's gonna get Timothy Chalamet next year because she tanked the movie draft.
Yeah, like I know Yen Ping wasn't in the movie, but like the fight, I don't know. I'm not gonna stop talking about it. Don't watch The Matrix 4. Like it's not even fun to watch as a goof. It took me 3 sittings.
Yeah,
to watch it.
It's really bad. 2 for me. I fell asleep.
You know how Cypher was the Judas character? Well, what if we had a Judas character in this one, but we just named him Judas?
Ugh.
Like, okay.
Yeah, cool. It should have been Chris Jericho.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's in my mind. But anyway. Dogs, what happened in Hard Boiled?
Oh, yeah, you didn't watch anything, right, guys?
No. Well, I watched half of Nobody, so I gotta watch the other half of that.
Hell yeah.
Did you catch up on Peacemaker yet?
No, I'm still like this week was not a good week for me in movies. It was a lot of like.
Well, next week's going to be even worse because Elden Ring comes out. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's going to be bad. Like this was just like a long week of like long days at work, and then Liz was gone all weekend, and then she had the nerve to come back. But does
Liz listen to the show?
You love that woman. Don't even start.
Absolutely love that.
You're like that. It's like that sketch in I Think You Should Leave where everybody's making fun of their wives and the guy makes fun and then he has all these old memories of how great his wife is and he feels
like
bad.
That montage. I said, no, I'm going home. No, but it was just like we were in survival mode, so there wasn't like I was able to watch
mode.
Like I was able to watch Hard Boiled, but that was all I was able to pull.
You're like AJ Vance reading hot dogs and water for 3 days.
Yeah, no, it's just we're just thankfully she left the tap dripping and she left all the toilet seats open, so we were able to make it. So Hard Boiled. Here's what I figured out. I enjoyed Hard Boiled so much that I almost like just try to make it a double feature and then watch Face Off right afterwards just to see what else John Woo.
Gogs, because refresh my memory.
Go ahead.
Was I the first person that exposed you to this movie years ago? I feel like I was. Yes. Yeah.
This and The Killer.
Yes.
And that so Hard Boiled. Hard Boiled opens with a jazz medley. And then you go to
the single most incongruent movie opening.
It's like so here's the deal. John Woo, I figured this out watching the movie. John Woo doesn't understand how stories work at all. Like he doesn't get it. Like from because I really only 2 references to pull from. Well, 3. This Mission Impossible 2 and Face Off. Those are like the 3 John Woo properties.
Hard Target?
4 movies. So he doesn't understand how movies work, like from a story perspective, but visually he gets it. Like visually he knows how to get the butts in the seats.
Well, does he not know or does he not care? Because I feel like it might be the second.
If he doesn't care, that's based. But like he, regardless, story, John Woo and story are just kind of like ships passing in the night. Like if a plot shows up, it just happened. It just happened to like someone might have brought that to the set. So anywho, we're at this jazz club akin to when Anchorman's playing jazz flute, and you're just learning that this is the depth of this character. And then we're going to go
hold on. You can't just skip it. This character's name is
Tequila. And he drinks the following drink. Tequila, ginger ale. He puts a playing card or something over top of it. He smashes his tumbler into like a stool, and then he chugs her down. And I want to make that drink, quite frankly. And his name is, I guess his name is Tequila. It's not his code name. Like his name is Tequila.
No. His that's like his nickname because like his commanding officer calls him like his real name a few times.
Oh, he's like Sergeant, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
right?
that's not his real name. But
so anyway,
yeah, but everybody calls him Tequila.
When he's not playing jazz clarinet, he is going to tea houses that don't care about the health code at all because everyone in the world is allowed to bring their caged bird to this tea house.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, just like in Japan, they have cat cafes where they have cats running around everywhere and they serve food and drinks and stuff.
Yeah, that would be. I'm all for that
because pets in Asia are not as prevalent.
Well,
yeah, I think Alec's right about that.
So they have like basically interactive zoos.
Well, I know why the caged bird sings. It's because there's 45s in the bottom of its cage. Because this
Did you write that? Did you write that down?
No, I just that was right off the cuff, baby.
That was very good. Very good.
And so he busts, I guess, an illegal arms sale. The whole movie. Here's the whole movie's premise. It's illegal arms are coming into Hong Kong. Chinese, paid for by Chinese steel or whatever. And there's a guy who might be a white guy. He's like the whitest looking Asian guy ever. Who's
Johnny,
like the head of
Johnny Wong.
The crime scene, Johnny Wong.
Quick side note about Johnny Wong. I'll never forget this. This is a long time ago. This was I want to say I was still in high school.
Yeah.
And I want to say the first time I ever watched Hard Boiled, it was on a fucking like bootleg VHS tape, and I watched it with Anthony. And we watched Hard Boiled, and then that guy, the guy that played Johnny Wong, he plays the bad guy in I think the next Chow Yun-Fat movie was either City on Fire or Hard Contact, which is another like Chow Yun-Fat movie, and he plays the villain, and his name is also Johnny Wong.
Oh,
it's the same actor. Like that guy is in a ton of like Hong Kong stuff. That dude is in a lot of movies. But it was funny because we watched a back-to-back Johnny Wong, and we affectionately refer to it as Johnny Wong and Johnny Wong's Revenge, even though he clearly died at the end of Hard Boiled.
Well, spoiler alert. But anyway, we get
spoiler for a 30-year-old movie.
I guess at this point we're probably 5 or 6 minutes into this movie, and then we are treated to. I'm just gonna put it out on Front Street. Hands down, one of the greatest shootout scenes in cinematic history.
Oh, it's
like it is. This is a man. John Woo knows his craft in this one particular regard. Like that shootout scene in the tea house is fucking rad. Like people are sliding around everywhere. What slow motion and speed ramps are done. There's no speed ramps, it's just occasional slow motion. It reminded me, I forgot about the Stranglehold video game.
Yeah, you played Tequila in that game.
You played Tequila, yeah. You had the demo was the tea house fight from this game or from this movie. He's just sliding around all over the place. Just the part where he's kind of going like half down his back down the fucking banister
with the 245s. I also love in this scene. I forgot completely that in this scene, the guns he's using to kill the guys are the fake, or like the guns they were selling. He just grabs them off the ground. Yeah.
This movie is this scene is just so fucking good. So then you're treated to this. You find a cop, one of his cop buddies gets killed. You find out
that guy. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. We're never going to get through this. That dude, his partner that gets killed, he gets shot conservatively about maybe 7 or 8 times before he's like really murdered, like by like 40 bullets. It's hilarious. Yeah. He keeps getting shot, and then like Chow Yun-Fat's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Hang on, Gogs with Alec. Would you like to take a guess as to how many blanks were fired during the course of this movie? I know TJ already knows because I said
the whole movie.
Yeah,
50,000.
I'm gonna say. Wait. Did you say higher or lower?
I didn't say anything. I said okay.
Okay. I don't know 50,000, but I'm going to say 8,000.
100,000. 100,000 blanks.
Holy shit.
The kill count
maybe...
between Tony Leung and Chow Yun-Fat is 163 bodies.
God damn.
Yeah, no, this movie is...
That KD ratio is tremendous.
Dude, I can't... Wow.
Just think about it this way.
Alex said 50,000...
John Woo orchestrated 100,000 blanks and nobody died. Alec Baldwin killed somebody with one. It's ridiculous.
Dude,
yeah.
I tell you what. Like, I'm saying, John Woo... So, like, when you think of, like Hong Kong action movie, there's not a lot of, like, martial arts or fist fighting or anything in this movie. But this movie is just straight gunplay. And it's so much fun.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So, anyway. So, the rest of this movie is going to be pretty quick. Some, like, synopsis, right? Tequila's drummer got killed in the shootout because his drummer was also a cop. Apparently, another cop got killed in the shootout because they're doing this, like, I guess a la Infernal Affairs, a la The Departed.
Every Hong Kong movie.
Where there's cops that are embedded with the bad guys, but no one else knows. Like, they're all Donnie Brasco-ing it.
It's also, like, well, it's not quite the killer's plot, but it's similar, because the killer has a similar plot to that as well.
Right. So now...
They love the whole, like, a good guy, there's a good guy fighting on the good side and a bad guy that's kind of good too. They love that. It's a very...
I guess the Raid kind of had that too. But anyway.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So then, I don't know if your girlfriend can be estranged, but Chow Yun-Fat's estranged girlfriend, who is also a detective or an investigator or something who works in the same police station, keeps getting roses with song lyrics, which turn into codes, which get given to the chief of police, who punches him into a computer to get secret messages. And I think this all ends up becoming from Tony Leung.
Yeah, that's Tony Leung's secret messages.
Yeah.
So eventually, spoiler alert, you find out later Tony Leung's a cop. I thought he was just working for the cops, but he was a cop, and they burned his file, and yada, yada, yada. But he comes across, at one point he gets introduced as like this heavy. And the scene where he gets introduced, where he just works in a library,
yeah.
Fucking rad. And then he goes to meet his, like, I guess uncle is probably like Godfather, right? Like, it's not his real uncle.
Well, you play the Yakuza games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Hoy.
Yeah,
Uncle
they
Hoy,
use
right.
like uncle is like a mob term. It's the same as like the Yakuza
It's like
games.
Godfather.
Yeah.
It's like like in the Yakuza, like Anaki is the word they use all the time. That means like nephew. Like they use that kind of shit all the time.
So then you get a power play between Johnny Wong and Uncle Hoy, and then you're treated to just another marvelous shootout in this factory.
I would argue this shootout might even be better.
There's a guy who just smashes a fucking dirt bike like through a man into a pile of boxes.
So that guy, the stunt man that took that wasn't like a dummy, right? They just killed some stunt man.
Yeah.
Just some immigrant. Like
this is also the scene where Chow Yun-Fat just shotgun blasts a guy on a motorbike, and the guy just lands on fire.
Have you ever seen so much shotgun action in one movie? Because I don't think I have.
Well, like, other than The Rundown, and then maybe Natural Born Killers, but even this is still better.
I said this to Sean Analog, but the shotgun sound in this movie is so good. Like
all the gun sounds, it's also chunky and just like brilliant. So then you find so Johnny Wong's making a play for Uncle Hoy or whatever. And then there's a big old murder thing. There's a big old fight, and then Chow Yun-Fat pulls the trigger and tries to kill Tony Leung, but Tony Leung has the chance to kill him. He doesn't, and then Chow Yun-Fat's like, "What the hell?" So he goes to Tony Leung's like undercover yacht and confronts him about, hey, what's going on? And they have a little tete-a-tete, and then they murder more people. And then they're sort of like playing both sides, and then there's a guy who's like an informant who gets, a lighter from somebody, and then there's a fight. There's all these fights. What it culminates into is, at the end of the day, there is a hospital that is a front for the Johnny Wong's weapons situation, and I guess he donated a hospital where presumably they do real surgery and give birth to real babies, because there's an entire nursery full of them, because that becomes a big part of the third act.
I
And they
started
have
writing something about the movie on Facebook, and I got the most way I got through the sentence was the hard-boiled babies, and then I just couldn't stop laughing, and that was that.
like like those kids are like those. There's a
Death.
scene. There's a scene where Chow Yun-fat like murders people while holding a baby, and arterial spray lands on the baby.
And it's like adorable.
It's precious. And this baby is traumatized if it's making any memories whatsoever.
Yeah.
So the morgue, like behind the morgue.
What's more traumatic, the narrative of that, or the fact that they were firing real-ass guns with blanks around real-ass
babies?
I gotta stop you for a second, because you have blown past one of the most important characters in this whole movie, which you didn't mention him yet. The heavy on Johnny Wong's
the
side,
one-eyed
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog's cool. And then Mad Dog's got a heart of gold in the third act, and then gets got for it.
That guy, I was like, he looks really familiar besides this movie. He was in like all those Shaw Brothers, like Five Deadly Venoms and all that stuff. But he was on a stunt team called the Venom Mob. Like, you know how they have the Jackie Chan stunt? What is it with the stunt teams in China?
That rocks.
Dude, that guy kicks
he's
ass.
Great. He also has, so Mad Dog has another trope that you'll see in a lot of Asian movies, but it's specifically Hong Kong action movies, where they're bad guys, but they have a code, right? Like, he's like, you just hate the cops, just kill the cops. Because the funny thing about the end shootout is Johnny Wong just wants to murder as many cops as possible, so base. But Mad Dog is like, we just let the patients go. Like, you don't need to kill all these patients. There's no need to kill the patients. And I don't know. The Mad Dog's great though, because Gogs, what is that gun that he's using? It's like a single shot pistol.
I thought I saw that in like did that pop up in some sort of video game? It's like a handheld, like
it's a
breakdown rifle.
I thought it was like a mini grenade launcher for something. No, I don't know what that thing is.
It shoots like a 30-06 or like a 308. It shoots like a rifle round, but in a takedown one shot like dueling pistol almost. It's fucking cool.
It fucking rocks.
So everybody's at the hospital where Johnny Wong's got like a Bond villain-esque like layer of firearms and gas and explosives that just like hang out under the morgue while this hospital's doing real hospital business. But like all of the people, all the guards at the hospital are on the take, but all the doctors aren't, I guess.
Yeah.
So then the police show up because it's all shit's going to hell. Tony Leung and Chow Yun-fat are down in the basement. And they fight and they get trapped. And they're going to get gassed, but then they blow their way out. And now you got it's almost like a pincer maneuver of just law enforcement. Like inside, you got Tony Leung and Chow Yun-fat just kicking an absolute pile of ass. And then outside, you've got like the SWAT team and like all of the Hong Kong Police Department are approaching the hospital, and then they're just getting laid down with like Terminator 2-esque fire from the hospital. Shit's blowing up everywhere.
They're also setting up Operation Baby Chain. They're like strapping babies up with towels and just like making a bucket brigade of children out the window. And the children, like the people handling the children, keep getting clipped in the knees. Like shit is just getting. And then Johnny Wong, like TJ said, he's like the guy in Tenet. He's like, well, fuck it, I'll just blow everything up, and he's just gonna level the block. TJ IRL, because I was watching it and I was like, he's like, I'm gonna blow up this whole hospital. It's like, bro, everybody's already dead.
Yeah. I love how evil the villains are, because like there's literally just a team of SWAT cops that are just hoisting babies down, and they're still getting like lit up.
And the cops like infiltrated the hospital like undercover, and then there's like a whole scene where they're trying to weed out who's a cop and who's not. Like everything that the entire Hong Kong Police Department's like their number one mandate is whatever our plan is, it better be convoluted. Like it better be convoluted.
Yeah, I like how even like the chief of police is involved in this op.
Yeah, he's dressed up like a podiatrist or something, and he's just sort of standing in the waiting room.
I love that every time they cut to outside, it's like a Die Hard Turbo Championship Edition. It's just like every cop in Hong Kong is there. Also, like from a practical standpoint, they had to do all of these scenes in one take, right? Because like, who's setting that glass back up if they fuck
you're not
something
doing that
up?
Twice. No, you're just multiple cameras. You hope you got it. Like, so now everything's getting exploded. Tony Leung kills another cop over the course of this.
Accidentally,
a cop, another to like just like the drummer in the jazz band. He had already taken like 7 bullets, and then came through the wrong door and just caught it. And like,
it's funny. He's so like broken up about this. Meanwhile, they've got like AIDS level bodies on them, and like it's like whatever, But this one cop, it's like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it's just funny too. It's funny to me how many times there's a scene, especially towards the end, where like Tony Leung and Chow Yun-fat are on the same side, but they're in different rooms, and they come into the door and like they pull a gun on them. But they wait half a second till they're like, oh, okay. Like and like previously, they're just boom, 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 boom,
well, like I'm saying, so much of this reminded me of like the scenes in Face Off being. I'll just like full disclosure, the first John Woo movie I've ever seen was Face Off, right? So like the scene where my house is getting fucked up, like that scene where they're just dropping through the ceiling, and like all that crazy shit's happening. Like I can sort of see like the seeds of that in all of this movie. So at the very end, like they go out and like Tony Leung's going to go back in, and the building explodes. But then he comes out with Johnny Wong, and then Johnny Wong tries to cuck Chow Yun-fat, and then chaos ensues, and everyone gets shot, and Johnny Wong's dead.
Tony Leung does like the fucking samurai thing, where instead of like, there's a fucking old samurai trope where if like you stab yourself,
right,
and you stab the guy behind you, he shoots himself,
right,
so that
shoot through.
He shoots through himself to hit what's it called?
Johnny
and you know
Wong.
What? I'll give the movie credit. I never picked this up before, but there is a dropped line of dialogue that says that the slug is strong enough to go through and still have stopping power. They say it like in the first scene in the fucking movie. I was like, oh shit.
God, you didn't mention how Johnny Wong actually died.
Well, no, he's shoot, wait, hold on. I'm getting confused. Wait. I blanked out. Wait, how did Johnny Wong actually die?
Fat shoots him through the eye.
That's it. Right, he gets gut shot. Then he yes. Then he gets his eye
he
shot
gets
out.
gut shot, which opens up his eye, and Chow Yun-fat does like the fucking like virtual cop golden trigger shot, and like right through his eye.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm out because I was for sure you were going to say he got Mo greened. I was like, there's a 100% chance.
Yeah.
Oh shit! We lost that prop bet.
Damn.
But anyway. And then, Chow Yun-fat's back to just being tequila, and everybody's like, well, I guess, I forget, what was Tony Leung's character's name? Did he have a name?
He has Alvin or something.
Alan.
Like very Anglo name.
I guess Alan's dead, and they burn his file, and then he's off in his yacht just doing his thing. And that's it. That's hard-boiled, and it's awesome. Like, the story is ludicrous. Like, the delivery system is just fucking brilliant. Like, you're like,
well, it's the fucking dialogue's like that fucking Eddie Murphy bit about Elvis. It's like, we'll just have them sing all their dialogue. Because there's parts where they have to fill dialogue by just singing for no reason.
Right, yeah.
Like, I know that they're getting the song lyrics, but they just, like, break into song in English for, like, 30 seconds, and then it's back to a shootout.
Right, yeah.
It's almost like the dialogue is loading screens for the shootouts.
Yeah, is there I'm trying to think of an American film that had shootouts that wasn't made by John Woo.
Shoot 'em up.
Shoot 'em up was a direct homage to this movie. That's why there's a baby.
With the baby, yeah.
Right. but like, I mean, like, I always kind of think back about that scene. You just watched The Matrix, and I just recently watched The Matrix, when they're coming into the whatever the federal building is.
Oh yeah, and they
he's got
murder all those people.
Yeah. They kill all those, security guards. But like, like I always thought, that's a pretty fun scene. That's cool, but it doesn't hold a candle to this. Like, I can't think of.
I guess like your John Wicks, like the house breach of John Wick, but like. No American movie would be like, you know what? Let's have a shootout like that, but let's have it go on for 40 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the end of this movie is just a shootout. Like
John Wick 2, maybe, I guess, had this kind of... Maybe.
Like, when you said that thing about the plot passing like a ship in the night, like, that's 100% correct. The plot is there strictly to hang the shootouts on.
Yeah.
Like, because it's the same plot as, like, literally every Hong Kong cop movie. Like, somebody's undercover, somebody's betraying somebody, there's some old gangster, and then there's a new gangster, and, like, that's it. It's also the plot of the video game Sleeping Dogs, and, like, every other thing you've ever seen.
Sleeping Dogs slaps, though, by the way. They came up in the chat. Like, that movie, that game fucking ruled.
It was so good. Did you know that was a spiritual sequel to L.A.?
True Crime, Streets of L.A.? Yeah, I did know that.
I did not know
that game was cool. That game got a sequel with Snoop Dogg?
Yes.
Exhibit?
No, I think Snoop Dogg was in True Crime Streets of LA Part 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there was True Crime Streets of New York and True Crime Streets of LA, I think was the sequel, and then correct. Sleeping Dogs.
Oh. But yeah, like, so this movie is just like was this? I forget. Where does this come in the order of like Chow Yun Fat movies? Where does this come in the order of John Woo movies?
Like, I think The Killer's before this, right? The Killer's like 89.
What were you saying, Al?
I was gonna say Bulletproof Monk comes first.
In our hearts, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't John Woo's first movie, right?
The Killer is before this.
Okay.
But I don't know. Oh. I think he made other movies before The Killer too. But I think he's one of these guys. I think he was like a lot of Hong Kong guys. I think he was a kind of a director for hire, and it wasn't until The Killer where he kind of found his style and became John Woo. Also, something I noticed that I'd never noticed before, and I've seen this movie a fucking 100,000 times. The guy that owns, or at least runs, the jazz bar, whose name is Woo in this movie, is John Woo. That is John Woo himself in this movie.
I've never seen A Better Tomorrow. I'm not going to pick that.
Oh, I forgot about A Better Tomorrow. How did I forget about that? Yeah, Better Tomorrow 1 and 2 are amazing.
I think the second one's actually better, but I like both of them.
Yeah, 3 is not good, but 1 and 2 are great.
Is he in 3? Is Chow Yun Fat in the third one?
Yeah, but John Woo didn't direct it. Yeah, it's a prequel. It's not good. It is bad. How did I forget about it? So it goes, I want to say, I could be wrong. I think it goes The Killer, A Better Tomorrow 1 and 2, and then this.
I'm looking at all this stuff up right now. I'm looking up John Woo's whole filmography, but
A Better Tomorrow 2 is fucking the shit. There's a scene where Chow Yun Fat I think got partial deafness because they didn't fucking set the explosion right. You can see it, and they kept it in the movie. He tries to look cool while an explosion's going off.
I learned that Chow Yun Fat's worth almost $1 billion.
Yeah, he's a huge star. Also, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but he's very tall for a Chinese man. He towers over Tony Leung in this movie.
Tony Leung looks like a fucking baby in this.
Yeah, he's baby.
A handsome baby.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Are you not going to pick Infernal Affairs?
Because I am going to pick it. I am going to pick Infernal Affairs, but so A Better Tomorrow.
All Tony Leung all the time.
Yeah.
A Better Tomorrow is 1986. A Better Tomorrow 2 is 87. The Killer is 89, and then Bullet in the Head.
Oh, that's a great movie. That doesn't have Chow Yun Fat in it. That's John Woo's Vietnam movie. That's 19. Awesome.
That's 1990. Hard Boiled 92. Hard Target 93. Broken Arrow. I forgot he did Broken Arrow 96.
Yeah, he bangs
97.
And then comes to America and pisses his pants in front of everybody.
I was so excited when he came to America. I was like, oh, he's going to do something cool. And then
Face Off's fun.
It's fine. The Face Off doesn't hold a candle to this shit.
No, it does not, but it's fun. He did Wind Talkers. That movie sucks. He did Paycheck. That movie's about reverse.
It's still not as bad as Chow Yun-Fat's American debut, The Replacement Killers, which is another movie I was like very excited for, and it was really bad.
Yeah, but The Replacement Killers has that weird Five Boroughs theme song that has like Run and like Cameron and all kinds of shit.
Only me and you remember that soundtrack. I think I own that soundtrack.
Chow Yun-Fat and Mira Sorvino? Is that correct?
Yeah, it sucks.
It's not good. I was so excited too because I fucking love Chow Yun-Fat, and I was like, it's gonna be good. You know?
The last movie John Woo did was Manhunt in 2017.
Yeah, he's done some like Chinese movies.
Well, not according to IMDb, he ain't.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, he has. I was just on his IMDb page.
I'm looking at his director. His last director credit was 2017.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about Chow Yun-Fat.
Speaking
Monkey
of
King, The Legend Begins.
That movie is sweet. Those Journey to the West movies are great.
Speaking of Chinese men and The Matrix, did you know that they offered the Seraph role to Jet Li and he said no?
That makes sense. That guy kind of looks like Jet Li. Like, I feel like he's kind of
Like
a Jet
Li.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's Hard Boiled.
Alec, what did you think of the movie? Because this is your first viewing.
I mean, I couldn't follow it. The subtitles were all fucked up. A couple of times towards the end of it, I don't know if it was the copy or my internet kept crapping out.
Oh, where it skipped a bunch? Mine did that too.
Yeah, so I couldn't follow the plot. Like, the action was awesome, but I couldn't follow the plot for shit. The action was really good though. There was a lot of great action scenes and gunplay.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I couldn't tell you what happened. I couldn't tell you the story behind it though. Like, and I couldn't tell if the subtitles were too ahead or behind where I was.
Right.
Because even the words they were saying didn't seem to make sense with what was going on. What had just happened, or I'd pay attention to see if it was like behind, and it wouldn't seem to like tie in with that either. So I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Chow Yun-Fat and Tony Leung. Like, I want to watch a lot more Tony Leung movies.
Yeah, he's great. Well,
He's really good.
If Gog sticks to his pick, you will have your opportunity.
I'm going to stick to my pick because I want to see this. I've never seen it.
All right. Anything else when you get into?
Can I just watch The Departed then?
No, dear God.
You can watch Infernal Affairs like 3 times before The Departed's over.
Yeah, that is true. The Infernal Affairs is like very short. All right, let's get.
There's a cut. Well, wait, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, we are only watching the first one.
No, I'm saying that like The Departed's like 4 hours long. Infernal Affairs, I think, is 80 minutes.
Yeah. There's 3.
I have a copy of Infernal Affairs if people want to get together and watch it.
Are there 3 of those fucking movies?
3 Infernal Affair movies.
Oof.
Tony Leung is in 2 of them.
I've only seen the first 2. The second one's not bad.
I'll pick Hero.
I like Hero. I'll watch them.
I never
City
saw
on
Hero.
Fire and see if it's like Reservoir Dogs.
City on Fire is also good. All right, let's get into Five Knuckle Shuffles, please. Guys.
That's a 9 for me. Like, I know the plot's fucking dumb as shit, but like, I can't like. I'm a huge mark for things going bang and doing it in slow motion. Like it, like it's tremendous. It's a ton. That TLC shootout alone is like better than a lot of stuff I watched in 2021. Like it's a ton of fun. Like Tony Leung's great in it. Chow Yun-Fat's great in it. The plot is non-existent, but whatever. We're here for the spectacle, and the spectacle is just bonkers. It's the action's very competently shot. You're able to see everything that's going on. It's not like plagued with like a billion like up close quick cuts. Like there's a lot of cuts, but it's not like it all works. Like it's not, and it's I don't know. It's a blast. The plot is dumb though, but it's fucking. I had an absolute great time watching it. I have not watched it in a long time, and it rekindled my love for like the Hong Kong action genre. Sean.
Oh, this is a fucking like easy 10 for me. Like before we go in there, like I think if you've learned anything about me in the last two movies, either I want a movie that is nothing but plot or a movie with zero plot at all. Like, I know there's nothing of import going on between all these action scenes, but I don't give a shit, like, at all. No. At all. Because, like, all three of the major set pieces, which, to be fair, is 90 minutes of the 2 hours, are better than anything you've ever seen in your fucking life. Like, the only things that, like, approach it are movies from Indonesia and the John Wick movies, which are made by stuntmen. And even, I love those John Wick movies. I mean, I think we all love at least two of them. Yeah.
I remember liking the third one.
I like the third one. Alec does not like the third one.
I don't like the third one at all.
And I know you don't either. But even the third one, like, which is a movie I really like, meanders for quite a while. And there's, like, because it's an American movie and, like...
Well, the problem is that it gets so lost in the fucking lore. I don't care about the fucking lore. I just want shooting. Just killing people and shooting.
I love lore.
I mean, I love lore, too, but, like, I just want to see a stunt show. I didn't come to a John Woo movie to see people, like, talking about their feelings. Like, I just want to see guns getting fetishized and... dual pistols, and like I don't know why there's not doves in this, but I wasn't like excited about that. But like,
we did get regular ass birds.
You got regular birds in cages.
Like I remember when we watched Hard Target, and the last like 4 minutes of that movie is like a John Woo movie, and the rest of it's not. That's like this like humongous. And just the idea that they fired 100,000 times. Like, first of all, like, that their hands or ears still work. They've got babies just, like, loosely tied. Like, it's not even
the body count. You said that Tony Long, would you say Tony Long and Johnny Fat's body count is this movie 160?
Between the two of them, not including everybody else in the movie that murders people. Fucking your boy Johnny Long just fucking walks in and there's like a trolley problem of doctors and he's just like
yeah,
like I'll kill anyone that gets in my way.
Like over the course of the
fucking
week, unceremoniously.
Yeah, just the two of them. And there's like the soundtrack is like super gay, but like a lot of fun. Like it is very like homo. Well, the movie's like unintentionally homoerotic, but Like it literally focuses on the guns. It's like the guy that made Army of Two directed this. Like, I fucking love this movie, and I'll not hear anything bad said about it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we love fucking stunts. Like, the reason we got The Matrix, and I told TJ this too, like, because I also saw this when I was young. I got it from a Suncoast or whatever the fuck and paid $98 for a VHS. But... it wasn't $98, but it might be adjusted for inflation. But I'm pretty sure I paid like $45 for this on VHS.
I didn't have a DVD of this. I had a DVD of A Better Tomorrow 2 that I bought at whatever the fucking like FYE store was in Cranberry Mall. $67.
Was it also a Suncoast?
No, it was some other like it was like I don't even forget what it was called.
Yeah, it wasn't FYE, but it was like the precursor, whatever was before that.
But it was literally, I remember, it was $67.
Like a Record Town or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been Record Town.
If you want to buy A Better Tomorrow right now on Amazon on DVD, it will cost you $100.
Okay, so
sell mine.
I see that it's like it's kept its value.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was a solid investment for you.
Yeah, right.
Like, this is the reason I love heavy ass action movies, and if I had not seen this movie, like taste in movies would be totally different, if that makes sense. So, like, I attach a lot of import to John Woo pre-America movies.
Yeah, that meme you posted was pretty goddamn
funny. I made it, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's OC. Yeah. You should have put OC on there. That's very good.
Well, I'm going to save Alec for last so I can be all fucking butthurt when he gives it a 6 or whatever. TJ, go ahead.
It's a 10. It's one of my favorite fucking movies. I adore this movie to death. I used to get made fun of for wearing the fucking t-shirt because nobody knew what the fuck I was doing. I was just this Chinese guy in a tack vest with a baby in his hand.
Which never happens in the movie.
No, he doesn't wear the tack. He wears the tack vest, but that's in the second shootout.
It's in the warehouse scene, right?
But I fucking love this movie. I mean, goddamn, the shooting is so good. The fucking the stunts are just insane. Like, and just some of the
shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I know we're going long,
you're
but
fine.
They have so many awesome stunts in this that the last stunt where he swings out of the building on a fire hose, they don't even barely show it. They're like, "Fuck it, we got enough, we're good."
No, and like I said to you in text, like the guy, whoever did that stunt, like Cotton Hilled himself because that guy was coming out of that window way too fast.
And then hot.
And whoever they cut to, he just falls. Like there's like you see him land, and it's like
holding on to that hose or whatever. I don't know to what end did that help? Like,
yeah, but what a fucking movie, man! Like I have to echo Sean's statement too. Like this is like I don't know. Like Alec had those great questions last week for me, and I talked about how like Tetsuo the Iron Man was like fundamental in like me becoming like a film lover or like what I love in movies, and like this is very important to me. This is like in the TJ like Rushmore of movies. Like I adored Hong Kong action movies and this subgenre, which is affectionately referred to as heroic bloodshed. Like this shit is so good, and like the funny thing is like and we're not going to get into these on the show, but like the lesser Chow Yun-Fat gun movies are still good. Like fucking, like I said, Full Contact is great. There's a bunch of other ones, and it's like this movie is just like perfect. Like it's so fucking violent and exciting, and like this movie is super old, but like everything works. Like the soundtrack is very tacky and like very kind of retro wavy, like for up to a point. I love like all the set pieces. I love the fucking like just the creativity of like in the shootouts. You got guys like jumping through tables and like falling down staircases and shooting and like
fucking what's his face and Chow Yun-Fat where one jumps through a window one way and to avoid him, Chow Yun-Fat jumps through the window the other way.
Yeah, and like in the tea house scene, like to end in that weird like with the bakery and the flour, and he's covered in flour and he shoots the guy and like it's so good. It's a 10. I fucking love this movie. I've watched this movie 1,000 times. I go watch this movie 1,000 more times. Like this is like one of these movies that just it tickles that like childish thing in you. It's just so much fun to watch. Like it's just
it's as Gogs is fond of saying, it's everything you want, nothing you don't.
Yeah. It's just, and I don't give it's like you said, I don't give a shit about the storyline. Like, I don't care. Like, skip the cutscenes and just get me to the fucking shooting. Right. Like, and I don't know if this is intentional. I know, Sean, you and I talked about if Majima from Yakuza is based around Wild Dog or whatever, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a character in Time Crisis that's named Mad Dog, and I guarantee that is a reference to this. Like,
Majima is called the Mad Dog of wherever the fuck he's from in the game. So, yeah.
I know Time Crisis had a plot.
Well, no, but they have like one of the like mini bosses is named Mad Dog. Like, he's in all 3 games too.
Do you think that fucking L Driver's eye patch with the cloth at the one part of Kill Bill is a reference to this?
Could like like he's a big a huge Hong Kong action fan. So yeah. All right, Alec. I know you had a difficult viewing experience, unfortunately, but
basically my viewing is based 100 or my
I wish I could have gotten I wish I could have gotten it fixed for you.
My rating is based 100% on the visual aspect of the movie. I'm gonna give it a 7.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like the action scenes were great. Like if I could have followed like a cohesive story, it might have helped.
Story wasn't
bump it up a little bit more. Well, at least like follow it along. Like
yeah, sure.
I was just like guessing at what was happening basically.
So were they.
Yeah, like I got through context at some point that Chow Yun-Fat and Tony Lun were both cops. Eventually, like I got there. But yeah, I really overall the action beats were great. It's like some fantastic gunplay and fantastic action sequences.
Yeah. there's really nothing like this movie. I mean, like this style. Like there's not like you get, like Sean said, with the Indonesian stuff, you get it, but it's martial arts. Like no one's really done the gun thing like this.
Like who can afford it? Also, right. It's incredibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's right. It's like this is like Sean made a good point. It is fetishized, like the guns in this movie. Like it is just like everyone's got them, and we're gonna shoot them all the time, and we're gonna be really excited about it. I loved it. I also think so, and Alec got to watch this like I watched Apocalypto when I realized I just had the subtitles off, and I had to take it all by context. And you know, I figured it out. It was pretty good. But yeah, you didn't miss a ton of plot, I guess. Just a lot of dudes getting. I'm just watching the tea house scene again because I love it so much. All right, so
it sucks that you found out that this movie is like hard to find. That really sucks,
dude. All of these. So I'm looking at like all of these like Dragon Dynasty, Chow Yun Fat. Because now I'm just like I want to like fill out. Like I've never seen A Better Tomorrow, right? I'm trying to find that on DVD, Blu-ray.
I'll put it on the Plex.
On Amazon, very hard to find. Like, so I'm wondering if like something like this, like I'm glad I had my DVD of it because I was I'll just buy it on Prime.
Sean said it was Miramax. Isn't Miramax done, right? That's probably why. Isn't Miramax Harvey Weinstein's company?
Yeah. It is, but wouldn't you think they would have, like, you know, in the last discussion, they would have sold their library to somebody, right?
Well,
maybe.
Shout Factory, where are you on this?
Yeah, right.
Give me the Shout Factory, whatever. Well, like
you got to remember too, this is all international distribution, so there's like 8 other layers you have to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
all right. So next week is Infernal Affairs. That's a great movie.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
fantastic movie. I can't wait to watch it. So we 3 out of the 4 movies star Tony Leung.
I think we should also. I propose, like, just looking at his work. If we could come up with have we done a Chow Yun Fat month? Have we done that?
No. I'm sure we.
No.
We should come up with a Chow Yun Fat month.
Chow Jun Fat.
I mean, that works, right?
I don't remember.
Chow Yun Fall.
Chow Yun Fall. That's not bad. We always are looking for fall ones.
Like one year, I was telling TJ, like, assuming like we don't all run out of water or anything, we should just do each month a different country.
Oh, that's good. I like that. 12, you know, do a South Africa month, and I'll just be done.
I can't name 12 countries. That's the only problem.
Well, I mean, we can do Japan a few times.
Sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Get Ukraine in while you can. That's all I'm saying.
How many Ukrainian movies have you seen?
Well, they're all going to be Russian soon, so we'll just watch the Russian movie.
All right, everybody. Well, that's the show. Next week, the superior version of The Departed, Infernal Affairs. Now, Alec, you haven't seen Infernal Affairs, right? Everybody else has.
Yeah, no,
I have not seen it.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you had.
I have not.
Oh, it's great. It's really good.
I actually own it. I don't think I've ever watched it.
It has a terrible DVD cover.
Oh, I got Infernal Affairs on DVD right here.
And it's got that, like, sexy chick and the 2 cops, and it's like like a girl I don't even think is in the movie.
Then do it.
It's an awful cover.
I have it. Hang on. How do you share these things?
I don't know.
Just turn your camera on and hold it up to the camera.
Stand by.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
This is great podcasting for.
Shut up.
People have already. Anthony's already tuned out.
Oh, without a doubt.
There it is. Yeah, that's it.
It looks like
a USA porno.
It's such a terrible cover.
It's got the fucking Hollywood Video sticker on it because I bought every single foreign movie when they went out of business.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right, everybody. That's the show. We'll see you next week. Eat your own ass. Latta bitches.
Hi, boys.
Bye. Bye.